it's me, Dreamy, aka Brush Mummy, and I'm here to explain how to join the Excalibur aids and like what's the whole point in it, basically. So, first you want to do is actually join the server. So, if you don't know what the invite is, there it is right there. So, just boom, put that in and join the server. So, once you first get in the server here, you're gonna have like a bunch of you're gonna be like, what am I supposed to do here, right? Like, what the fuck? So you're gonna read info here, and basically this tells you what it's about, whatever the fucks, and you can read the rules here. So read the rules, important, so you don't get fucking banned. And then you want to go to self roles, and fuck, I gotta claim the account. Fuck, how do I claim an account? Are we fucking serious right now? So once you've received the role, you can well, now I can actually click the button, but whatever. Anyways, you'll see the help center and tickets and general chat and general. You'll see all these channels basically. If you're wondering like, oh, what are the tiers? Basically, this channel here is explaining everything about the tiers. So Grandmaster here is going to be like your +2 level, kinda +2 minimum level. Legends like a Div 1 level, like a Ludi Div 1 level. Ascendant is like a low ink band. Elite is like FTIU band. Knight is like World 9 band. And then Novice is like anything below that. So yeah, and just remember that, like, just because you have one band, like, say you win all for one, that doesn't automatically mean you're Ascendant. So just take that into account. If you're looking for what goes into your tier, there's an FAQ with, if we go to the FAQ here, there's a bunch of frequently asked questions. So if you ever have a question, check here first before asking, because it's most likely here. So after you're done with that, you're going to want to go to request tier. And this is where you're going to want to request your tier. And basically how tiers are decided is, I mean, we can go here. Let's see here. And basically we have a whole laundry list of things that we go and whenever we decide tiers. And the most common one is feels, like if I know you and I know how good you are, then like I know where to place you. But again, there's a lot of players that are on the line, so that's when we start going down the list. So the second one is consistent tournament results. So like if you're consistently placing like third in low ink or like fifth in FTI not FTIU and fucking all for one, then you're gonna be placed in tier three. Like it's obvious that you're in tier three. And then we use that spot at top, which is a new like a website made by Joy. And if we go to that here, and basically you can just search up your Sendu ID or your name. So so now well, I was gonna search up Sendu, but Sendu hasn't played tournaments. Um, but yeah, as you can see here, here's Rook, and you just click on them and it brings you to your Sendu profile. But yeah, so that's pretty much we just use that score as a guide. It's not like definitive. Like if you have the score over like the tier you think you're supposed to be in or whatever, that doesn't mean you're exactly gonna get it. It's a guide. Tournament bans are also a guide. So even though you won low ink, that might not automatically mean you're in tier two. Well, not so much for low ink, but more over Div 5 cap tournaments. Well, like All for One and Coral Clash Low Tide. Um, and then set results are not really taken account of unless they're like really good. Like if you result like a bunch of +1 players, then for like a tier one request, then yeah, we'll probably consider that. But if you're resulting players that are like the same tier as you or like a tier above you, we're not really gonna take that into consideration. And our final one is X Power. So X Power is only for the Takaroka region, only the JP region, and basically you have to have a super high X Power to be able to like get it like to for it to even matter basically. So you need to have at least 3,000 X Power and JP to have tier one. I mean you can see it right here. And if you're wondering how comp.spot that top attributes to the ranks, and here you go. Your score is roughly estimated here. So if you have, say you have 130 score, right? Or you'd be considered ascendant. Like you'd be highly considered for ascendant. But say you have like 180. So 180 like Grandmaster, it's like if you don't have other results to prove it, then you're getting legend. So that's kind of how like the guide works. Once you understand like what each tier is, then you want to go over here and make a post and basically make this like an FA post, like link your sender, link some results. Let's see if I can just click here and okay, that's not a very good one. But yeah, here we go. Here's from 10 here. This is a good this is a good thing. So you see you got some big tournament results. So 10 like would be easily considered tier 1 here. So and I mean yeah, they got tier 1. So yeah, there you go. So after you get tiered, you can well, I have to give myself the roll. So once you get your tier, you'll be able to see 2 tiers, in fact. You'll be able to see the tier that you are in and then 1 tier below what you're in. So for example here, I'm tier 1. So I'm able to see the tier 1 chat and the tier 2 chat. And this is so you get more options when you're playing 8. So say tier 1 is really dead all day and tier 2 pings for an 8. And you're like, okay, I'll play with tier 2, and still get that practice in. So you can do that. But you also can't play a tier above you because that would just break the whole purpose. You don't have to play in the lower tier, but if you want to, you can. And if you have friends that are in a lower tier, say you're tier 1 and the rest of your team is in tier 2, then you can play in tier 2 with your team. So it's pretty neat. If you get any results that are better, like say you win low ink or something, you want to go to update tier and then you just post a request here and we might take it into consideration. If it's like a big win, like say you're tier 3 and you win low ink after like you've already won like all for one or something, then yeah, that would definitely be considered into giving you tier 2. If you have any problems with the server, do not DM me, make a ticket here. As it states here, only these people can see them, so if you don't like these people, then I don't know what to tell you. So you just click here, create a ticket, and it'll just create a ticket here for you, and then you can then you can talk in here and say, hello, I have a problem, whatever's. There you go. And then like you can see here, the staff team will be the only staff team can see this, and that will be handled privately, and it won't flood my DMs. If you have a problem, use the ticket tool. If we go to general here, we have a community going on here, and you got people talking in here, like this individual. And we have bots channel, so you can use bots that we have in the server. There's an art channel if you want to post your art. There's some cool art in here. Absolutely amazing art by Melomania. And there's a VOD channel. So if you're looking for gameplay of people above you, then this is like definitely what you want to do. So you see like right here, this is an amazing video by Evan here. And if you're an S Plus player in like tier 2 or tier 3, then this might be a really like advantage for you because it might give you some more insight in what you're doing wrong and what to improve. And you see here, tier 2 needs this resource. Yeah. So now I hear you wondering, how do I improve? And what is this tournament here? What is Excalibur's oath? So basically, if we go to the tournament page, this is a tournament, an unranked tournament, where you play in a tier. So right now the tier like teams aren't put in their tiers yet, but basically everybody on your team has to have a tier, and whatever person has the highest tier on your team, you'll be placed in that bracket. So say you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 2, tier 3, you'd be placed in the tier 1 bracket. And this gives players practice against players that are better than them. This is the BO5, 5 rounds of BO5 Swiss. So it's not like BO3 where it's like not even really practice. So you'll get a lot of practice during here. It'll be about the regular tournament length, and it's only the Swiss. So that's all. Now you're wondering about this tiering up process. So basically, if you win your bracket in Excalibur's Oath, you have the option to tier up into the tier above you. So say you're tier 2 and you win the tier 2 bracket, then you get the chance to go to the tier 1 bracket. Or not tier 1 bracket, but you get a chance to go to the tier 1 in the 8th server. So basically, once you win your bracket, there'll be a vote where only players in the tier you're in will be able to vote on you, and they'll vote for who's the best, who they think is the best. So after a while, after they all vote, the top three will be reviewed by our seeding council, which consists of like top level players like Zenith, Azad, and you might be denied in going up in tier, but this is to stop like eventual power creep. So say we have this once a month, but then like people that are like, say not many people play in a certain tier, it's to stop people from like crawling up the ranks slowly. So yeah, don't expect 100% that if you win to tier up. I mean, if you're tier 2 and you win the tier 1 bracket, then yeah, you're most likely going to tier up. Like you're most likely going to pass that because you won the bracket above the tier you're in. So, yeah. Um Grandmaster bracket is just kind of for the funsies because you don't really tier up from the Grandmaster bracket. You get a fancy little badge I'll put on screen now. And other than that, another important note is you want to join both servers, the Excalibur 8 server. You need a tier to play this tournament. If you do not have a tier, you will be kicked off roster, and if you don't have a full roster, then you're cooked. And you also have to join the main Cursor Excalibur Discord server, so for the help desk and announcements. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the Excalibur 8s.